Would it not be great if you could print money? Well, the truth is, you can. Some small businesses are structured in such a way that they print their owners money 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. But before we get into that, let me preface that creating a business that, quote, prints money isn't terribly easy. But the good news is it isn't terribly hard either. At least not as hard as getting up at 6 in the morning, hopping in a car, fighting traffic, working a job you hate, saving 10% of your paycheck for 50 years while you wait for retirement until some God-forsaken year. So what is the key to a small business that prints money? It's called a productocracy. A productocracy is a product or service that has distinctive value skew in the marketplace, which incites unsolicited recommendations from its current customers, creating new customers. That means your offer is so good or valued that it causes your customers or users to tell their friends or share your product on social media. In effect, this causes the mathematical anomaly of 1 + 1 = 3. The beauty of a productocracy is that businesses that possess this holy grail don't need to advertise, and yet they still grow or consistently sell. In 2011, I released my first book, The Millionaire Fastlane. Despite the get-rich-quick sounding title, which has turned off thousands of would-be readers, the book has consistently sold thousands and thousands of copies year after year, millions of dollars in sales. In fact, it sells better today in 2018 than it did in 2011, despite the fact that I spend less than $1,000 annually advertising it. So why does this book still sell despite the less than stellar title and a bevy of haters who like to discredit its mathematically based message? It's because of a productocracy. The new paradigm of sales growth on television, radio, or the web isn't found in traditional marketing, advertising, and commercials. It is found through word-of-mouth communication, social media sharing, and online reviews from various web channels, platforms like Yelp or Amazon. Any business venture I pursue, whether it's a new book, new product, or a new service, I seek to achieve a productocracy. If I can't prove a productocracy, user raves, recommendations, reviews, I either work until one exists by using the act, assess, adjust model, the 3 A's, or I don't continue the business. Yes, I quit and go do something else. So think of the last 5 things you bought: a book, a food product, a restaurant visit. Whatever it is, more than likely you opened your wallet not because of some slick advertisement that begged click here, but because somebody recommended the product. This is how money moves from the pockets of consumers to producers at accelerated rates without advertising. Optimally, we want to do businesses with productocracies because those companies offer distinctive value in the marketplace. It could be better customer service, better product features, or even a website that is more aesthetically pleasing. One tell that you're not dealing with a company or a business who is offering a productocracy is how much they advertise. Companies who advertise heavily and spend millions on marketing more than likely are not running productocracies. If they stop advertising, ultimately they stop growing. If your business stops growing because you don't advertise, you don't have a business, you have a marketing company. Here's an interesting test I did to test my theory of productocracies. I listen to a lot of sports radio because being an entrepreneur can be lonely, and sports radio is like my water cooler. So what I did is I wrote down all the companies that advertise heavily on sports radio. You've probably heard some of them. They use sing-songy music, catchy jingles, and even have radio hosts voice over their advertisements while shilling for the company. These companies ranged from auto dealerships to home improvement companies like plumbers and roofers to restaurants. Now, once again, I only wrote down companies who advertised heavily, to the point I recognized their company, their jingle, and their advertising message. In some respect, their advertising was effective in building awareness. But was their advertising evidence of a productocracy? More than likely, no. And ironically, would likely prove the opposite. Every one of those top-of-mind companies who advertised heavily on the radio held an average Yelp rating of 2 stars out of 5. And if you included Yelp's not recommended reviews, the review rating would plummet into the ones. The reviews range the gambit from, quote, unprofessional to, quote, ripoff to, quote, scam. None of these companies are running productocracies, and they need advertising to survive. When they stop advertising, guess what? So do the customers. This is why a business structured under a sense framework is so important, so you can take advantage of the mathematical anomaly of a productocracy. 1 + 1 = 3. So is a sense business all you need to create a productocracy and print money? Not exactly, but it's a great start. The fertile seeds to a productocracy happen through what I call the value competition. And in the next video, I will show you exactly how you can engineer your own productocracy through this value competition. And the beauty of a productocracy is this: anyone can do it. You don't need to be a multimillionaire, you don't need to invent the latest hot gadget, and you don't need to be an idea person. The truth is, once you discover the secret to creating a productocracy, you will never again complain that you can't find ideas. In fact, ideas will become a curse. You will see so many opportunities and ideas that you will struggle to focus. So stay tuned, and the next video I plan to release, which should be about a week or so, you will learn how to engineer a productocracy, no matter what the product or the industry.